Hey there YouTube, Wolfie here. So recently I encountered this problem on this '08 Pontiac Montana. It's got the 3.9 and it has one power sliding side door on the passenger's rear. Now you're gonna put your seatbelt on, you're gonna make sure all the doors are closed and there's no more door indicator, driver's door ajar, passenger's door ajar, like this is all off. There's no blinking lights. The seatbelt light is blinking right now because I don't have my seatbelt on and I'm just in park with the engine running. However, plugging in the scanner, no codes, either P codes, manufacturer codes, ABS codes, SRS codes, nothing. Everything's A-OK as far as everything is concerned. Now you put it in drive and you hear like a ding, 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 like a key left in the ignition kind of sound, not really sure. As soon as you do more than half a kilometer an hour, it starts rapid dinging, ding, 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 ding. It's not really loud, but it's incredibly annoying. And I've seen, since then I did a little research on it, I've seen some people having some issues on YouTube and they've posted about it. They crank their stereo to try to distract them from it. But apparently what the issue is the sliding side door, and I'll show you what I mean. I'll apologize in advance for the wind. So you can operate the door with this button. You push down on it at the bottom of the switch and it opens and closes. You'll see that when you push the button to open and to push the button to close, it seems to close and then pulls in hard and then latches. So this is a case where functionally everything's working correctly. Now, in its past, this door, when you open it manually by hand and force it, being in a big hurry, it kicks out the automatic drive system, and when you try to close it manually by hand, I'll show you, like so. I'm giving it a good hard push. You hear that sound? That's what you hear while you're driving. So the first thing I did is I checked the contacts here. I sanded them. I put dielectric tune-up grease on them. There's 8 contacts, only 7 are used. You can see the top left here isn't being used. That's because the corresponding pin is not even there. So I sanded these as well with 600 grit and put some dielectric tune-up grease on that as well. Permatex makes a tiny tube of it. It's about $7. I double checked these. This alignment tab goes into this hole here. Everything is just fine. Made sure that the child safety lock wasn't on. In fact, it was on, but I took it off, thinking that might be the problem. Double checked the latches. They seem to move easily, but I put penetrating oil on the front latch and the corresponding back latch right here. Now, all these contact points for the hinges here and the bearing inside of here, I've lubricated those. Plus, when the door was closed, I went all along the upper side of the track and lubricated that. And plus, when the sliding door is completely closed and latched, you can just look in there with a light. You'll be able to see it from this angle. When it's nice and closed, you'll be able to reach the little tiny bearing on this and get penetrating oil up into the ball bearing section of it. Double check this part, make sure it wasn't bent and that the bearing wasn't popped out of its track up top. There's a curved track shaped like this. Yeah, about like so, and if the bearing pops out of the track, then that's an issue, but that was all fine. And in the end, I started looking at the contact points of where the latches latch onto the back pin here. This can be turned around 180 degrees, by the way. If this is showing too much wear, you undo both these torques, flip it around, put it on. So you can scratch the paint so you can line it up perfectly again into the exact same spot, because there is some adjustment on these. And usually they're adjusted perfectly for factory, but if you're seeing wear on these pins, sorry about the focus, if you're seeing wear on these pins on the back side here specifically, that can be an issue. I'm not seeing any more than 2 or 3 thou on the top of this pin here, so this one's fine. So at that point I realized, okay, everything seems to be fine. So every single time I tried to close it by hand, it would do this. Give it a little push. If you give it a light push, it'll automatically close and latch. Just give it a quick pull and it opens by itself. But if you force it, like I'm going to show you right now, by pushing too hard, and push, 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 and then I let go, it does that crap. So let it reset back to its original open position and just press the button. Right down on the button. And that should reset everything. Okay, so if that doesn't work, then it may be another door switch, or I will just open this really quick. It could also be a malfunctioning switch right here. These are about $15 to $23, depending on if you're Canada or the US. They're easy to change. There's just one screw here, and they pop right out. You have to fish it out, undo the plug-in out here, and hold on to it so the plug-in doesn't get pulled back into the pillar. But this was replaced first when we started having this issue. And she brought it back recently with this constant dinging while she was driving. And it was incredibly annoying. But this happened just after she was struggling with a big heavy item trying to get it into the vehicle. So this one seems to have solved itself. Push the button manually to open and close is probably the easiest. And if you find when it closes it's not fully closing, it's probably because there's a sensor wire in here that is because you're pulling on it or forcing it closed or forcing it open because you're in a big hurry. Could be your issue. So I hope that helps. And if you like the video, give us a like. Certainly subscribe. We've got more coming. And have a great day.